5 myths about real estate investing. My name is Sam Prim and I own 4 different real estate investing companies. Everything from a $40 million rental portfolio to flipping 300 houses a year, I eat, breathe, and sleep real estate. The best part about it is I'm just a normal dude from the Midwest, didn't come from money, and I'm creating a lot of wealth. The fact that I did it means you can do it too. In my almost 10 years of experience investing in real estate and being an entrepreneur, I've noticed that things are not always as they seem. So in this video, I want to debunk 5 real estate investing myths that I know you've heard. Number 1, there's a perfect time to invest. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. The simple fact is you cannot time the market. Nobody has a crystal ball, nobody can predict the future. Today might be a 10 times better time to invest than 2 years from now. Nobody knows. So just start investing now, your future self will thank you. For example, if you bought a house in 2006 at the last height, you'd think that would be bad timing because a huge crash happened after. However, if you bought that house in 2006 and it was the right time for you, right now it is over doubled in value. It's not about the market or inflation or what interest rates are doing. It's about what is right for you. When you are ready to invest is when you need to invest. Is that today? Is that tomorrow? That's up to you to decide. But internally, you're ready to invest. The rest of it doesn't matter because you can invest in any market. There is no perfect situation. You are not going to be completely ready and the market is not going to be completely at the bottom and you're not going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in your bank account. There is never a perfect time. I can tell you the worst time is 10 years from now. The best time is now. Number 2, tenants will destroy your house and they'll never pay you rent. I have over 275 tenants and I can't tell you the last time a tenant left a property trashed. During COVID, the government told tenants they did not have to pay rent, yet I still collected 98% of rent. The reason I have great tenants and collect rent is because I spend extra time at the beginning approving the right tenants. It's called screening. I don't just approve whoever applies. We call previous landlords, we check their bank statements, we make sure they're making enough money and even look at their spending habits. Shoot, sometimes we even visit the current property that they're in to see the level of living conditions that they're living in. If we approve better tenants up front, it's just easier for everybody. I communicate properly them the expectations of my lease and my property. I talk to them and we come to a general consensus that this is how I want things to be ran. If they're not going to be ran that way or you can't do that, then you can find another house. But if you want to live in my house, I promise we will take the best care of you out of any landlord you'll ever have. What it boils down to is there's mutual respect between me and my tenants. I communicate expectations properly and I set us both up for success, and it's a win-win situation. They have a great place to live. I'm cash flowing and creating wealth. Number 3, real estate investing is super risky. Look, with any type of investment, there's risk involved. It's not like you're just putting money on black at the casino and crossing your fingers and hoping that you're gonna make money. There's risk involved in your current job. There's no saying that you won't show up tomorrow and won't get fired because somebody in a boardroom made a dumb decision that you had no control over. At least with real estate, you have a control over the asset. You can guide where the asset goes. You can decide when to sell, if to sell. You can decide to rent. You can decide to flip it. You have control over the asset. Even though there's risk, 90% of millionaires come from real estate, not from other investments. No, I'm not telling you to take a risk that you can't afford. I'm telling you to take a calculated risk, but I'm also telling you to not live in fear, because if you live in fear and don't take that risk, you're never gonna get anywhere. Number 4, real estate is only for people that have a lot of money. If you've seen any of my content on social media before, you know I always say I bought over $40 million worth of real estate without using a dime of my own money, and that's true. I didn't come from money. I live in the Midwest, grew up in the lower middle class. My dad was an engineer, my mom was a teacher. We didn't have a lot of things growing up. They haven't given me any money to invest in real estate. I've done this all on my own. I've been able to do all this with money, it just hasn't been my own money. I've utilized OPM, which stands for other people's money. I've learned how to properly leverage other people's money to buy real estate assets. There's no shortage of money. Shoot, they're printing more of it than they ever have before. The skill that you need to acquire is finding that money and then leveraging it to buy real estate assets. Number 5, the real estate market crashes overnight. Real estate does not crash in value overnight. You don't snap your fingers and lose half your value. It's not crypto, it's not even the stock market. It's never gone to zero, which both of those have. From 2007 to 2009, real estate went down 23% over a 24-month period. So even in the worst crash that anybody can remember that we're still talking about today, it didn't crash overnight. Think of the real estate industry as a ginormous freaking cruise ship. If it wants to turn around or even make a turn, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort even to slightly move that ship. If you look hard enough, you're always going to find a reason to not start. However, if your vision is big enough and you actually want to create a life that you control, you have to persevere and push through. That moment for me, the moment that changed my life and allowed me to create financial freedom, was the moment I learned about the BRRRR method. If you want to learn how to do that, I have a video over here that walks you through exactly how to do it in a real life example. See you on the next one.